Hello everybody on YouTube, it's Xaldin here, the Magician Master 100, known as the Master of all Spellcasters. Well, it's Christmas Eve, and Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa to all. So, if you're wondering what I'm going to be reviewing today, of course, judging by the title of the video, I'm going to be reviewing the SpongeBob Christmas Special. Yes, I know, technically, I said I was not going to review something that's similar to animated, like, for example, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, or... you probably know what I mean. But, however, I'm going to review it anyway. So, let's get started. This is, a SpongeBob Christmas special. We start our story off with SpongeBob having a little musical thing about Santa having his jolly little eyes on him. Yeah. And, of course, he visits Squidward, or the first person he'll always visit. And, of course, Squidward is bringing up light. Alright, telling to Santa to go away. Yeah, literally, go away. He actually spelled go away on his house. The next part is Patrick. And Patrick, surprisingly, feels like... I feel like he's a little bit off character right here. Where he said that he's going to set up a trap for Santa and hold him hostage to make sure that he can keep, Christmas, all year long. The only tiny bit that's not a bit off character is where he fell for his own trap. That's a bit not off character. After that, he goes visit Sandy, and of course, Sandy sings a little bit about Christmas, but yet a little bit scientific. When would she think of, Christmas as scientific? The only time that I can think of one character that's, uses science as, thinks of Christmas with science is Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. At least he has a good excuse, because the fact that, he didn't understand Christmas, and, he's from Halloween Town, and he has no understanding of Christmas. Sandy, in the first Christmas special that SpongeBob had, she already explained what Christmas is all about, and, what Christmas is to SpongeBob, so why add a little scientific to it? Anyway, after that, SpongeBob goes to visit Mr. Krabs, who's not really off character anyway, so, SpongeBob, tells him, Merry Christmas, and of course, Mr. Krabs is thinking it's his favorite time of year and season for getting. And SpongeBob says to him, quotely, don't you mean the season of giving? And of course, Mr. Krabs says, that's what it means. The more you give, the more I get. Typical. Then we cut to the chum bucket, where Plankton is about, Santa has his eyes on him, and of course, sings a little bit about, that he got a stocking full of coal, every year, because of all the nasty deeds he's done. And of course, his computer wife, Karen, which is a bit kind of weird, says, maybe if you weren't the biggest jerk in Bikini Bottom, maybe, Santa would give you something. And of course, he devises a plan by saying the weird element called jerktonium. Okay. No. You can't put the word tonium in any last, take the word tonium and put it in, with a random word. No, it won't sound scientific, just to make it scientific. No, it's not technically a scientific element. You can't just... That's like saying, forget it. It's a kid's show, I'm gonna just have to deal with that. So, of course, Plankton also, puts it in some fruitcake. And, of course, ends up in a little, fruitcake wagon. And, of course, SpongeBob comes up to him and, gives SpongeBob some fruitcake, hoping that he will become a jerk. SpongeBob eats a lot of the fruitcake, but for some reason he won't become a jerk. So he gives SpongeBob the wagon, and of course SpongeBob ends up feeding the fruitcake to most of the people in Bikini Bottom. And of course, Plankton realizes that he's immune to jerktonium. So he devises another plan, making a wind-up robotic SpongeBob to cause chaos into Bikini Bottom. And of course, after when SpongeBob feeds the fruitcake to everyone in Bikini Bottom, everyone becomes a jerk. Okay, you're taking something from, your boss's rival and trying to ruin the good name of the restaurant and somewhat evil. And let's not forget, tried to steal your boss's secret formula to the greatest creation he ever made, and gave it to Bikini Bottom, to that guy, and served it to everyone in your town. There's a lot of problems with this episode. So after that, SpongeBob wakes up next morning and of course realizes everyone's becoming a jerk on Bikini Bottom. Oh, and the robot has been causing a little problem. A little bit of problems. So of course SpongeBob thinks that if everyone doesn't lighten up, Santa will not come. So after that, he goes to Squidward, of course, and tries to see if he can help him out. But of course, Squidward says he's not home, and SpongeBob obviously falls for that. So Squidward suggests to go to Sandy's house, and of course he thought that was a pretty good idea. Yeah, and of course he goes over to Sandy's, but of course the robot comes to Squidward's house, and of course steals the door and smashes over Squidward's head. Ha ha ha! A little cartoon slapstick. So of course, SpongeBob goes see Sandy, which of course I just realized something. SpongeBob walks into Sandy's house without a water helmet. Doesn't he usually need a water helmet just to, go into Sandy's house? Because if he doesn't have a water helmet, he'll suffocate and dries up, because he's a sponge and he's a fish. Well, not really a fish, but you probably get the point. So why does he, seem like he's okay when he's in Sandy's house? But of course, Sandy's, got the, contaminated fruit cake, and of course acts like a jerk to SpongeBob at first. And of course, SpongeBob accidentally threw some fruit cake inside Sandy's little machine, and of course it turned out Sandy discovers that the fruitcake has jerktonium in it. Again with a jerktonium thing. I mean, seriously. Anyway, so Sandy starts to see she can find a cure, and of course, this part, Sandy's a little bit off character. Sandy's supposed to be intelligent, and a little bit, pretty, and very smart. Did I mention intelligent? Yeah, I think she would know about music notes. Because at first she's like, oh, this, anecdote doesn't make no sense at all. And SpongeBob realizes it himself, even though he's somewhat an idiot right now. I mean, seriously. So it turns out the, song was the cure. Yes, that sounds very scientific. Even though you're trying to make jerktonium scientific, that sounds really scientific. Singing a song can cure people. So SpongeBob sings the song to everyone in Bikini Bottom, and cool, or it cures everyone. And of course, for some reason, Sandy wears her, her wetsuit, but yet SpongeBob, when he enters Sandy's house, he doesn't wear his water helmet. And of course, Santa comes and he bears bad news, saying that everyone was a jerk, and of course that he's not gonna, if everyone gifts, he's gonna give it cold to everyone except for Plankton. And of course everyone was shocked, including Santa, and saying, I'm just as shocked as you are, but of course he's been a saint. Oh yeah, like those other times he's been a saint, like he tried to take over Bikini Bottom and enslave everyone, that one movie special they had, or like that time that he tried to escape from prison, or those other times that he'd done so many wrong. Yeah. That's, just for acting a saint like in one day, that changes everything. And of course, Plankton got the secret formula, and of course Mr. Krabs was shocked, wondering how he got it. But of course Santa said he has his way, and turns out the elves were thieves. No wonder why I couldn't get a PS4 for Christmas. I couldn't get a PS4. Anyway. And of course, Santa says SpongeBob's been the worst of them all, because he's been wreaking havoc. But it turns out it was just a robot. And of course, the robot comes, and Santa was like, there you go right now. making havoc. Yeah, you didn't notice the giant, well, not giant, until a couple of seconds later. You did not notice the small, gray, and somewhat wind-up, part on SpongeBob, even though SpongeBob's supposed to be square. Yes, the robot's square, but also he's yellow. Just saying. So after that, the robot turns into a giant, and of course captures Santa. And then of course, SpongeBob comes back with the fruit, cake wagon, and of course defeats the robot, saves Santa, and of course Santa is wondering who had made the machine. And Elf brought over the wind-up piece, and turns out it was Plankton, because it says it found return to the chum bucket. And of course Plankton got what he deserved, got the coal, and of course, in the end, Patrick captures Santa again. What do I have to say about this episode? It was bad. I'm sorry. It was a bad episode. I get the moral of the story, and I get where they were going with the animation, but that doesn't mean it has to be a bad episode, and most of the characters don't have to be off, except for Squidward and Mr. Krabs. But still, like I said, I get the moral of the story, as in, don't be a jerk on Christmas, and all that. But, that's my review. Thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry if this video seemed rushed, and, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa. Oh, and, one more quick, update. I'm gonna be taking a little vacation. I know I've been taking a lot of breaks for, and slacking off on videos, but I will be back around either between January or February, between the 2 months, and I will be going back to YugiTubing videos. And of course, if I'm not doing YugiTubing videos, I might make some reviews. So, anyway, like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa. Oh, and for all Canadians, Happy Boxing Day. See ya!